I know that sigh anywhere. Captain Decri, you're back!
This must be a special occasion. Prince Gabriel, looking his finest. And Prince Alistar, a week before noon.
Did Father summon you, Captain Stormliege?
Actually, my timing is a fortunate happenstance. His Majesty sent me to apprehend the new Drow slaver captain. I had just placed the brigand in the dungeon when I received the summons.
Does it ever get old? The looks on the slavers' faces when they find out the great Captain Decri Stormliege is also a drow? Ow!
Show some respect, damn you.
I took no offense, Prince Gabriel. To answer your question, Prince Alistar, no, it never does. Now, let us see His Majesty. Your Majesty?
Good to see you back ashore, you old sea rat. How is your hunt?
The drow corsair Curian Thousand Scars is currently stewing in the dungeons, Your Majesty.
Decri, would you care to join us?
It would be an honor, Your Majesty. Admiral Ingvard, the fleet below served me well. I return the amulet in victory and glory.
Oh, keep it, Captain. Gods know you wield the fleet like a bard strums his lute. Those spectral devils would go wanting in my hands. Speaking of, when are you going to take this job off me? You and I both know who the real master of these waters be.
Forgive me, Admiral, but my place is behind the helm, not a desk.
Ah, I tried.
I can understand his rage. While it was wrong of him to presume the throne was his, part of the blame does fall on you as well, Dora Venus.
You're right as usual. I should have been more forthright about my decision with them personally, without an audience. At least initially. I can tend to the needs of the masses, yet I falter with my sons.
It is as your grandfather once said, blood is heavier than gold.
Between us, Decri, do you think I made the right decision?
I do. Your father was intelligent, wise, and strong when he had to be, but he lacked charisma. It is true that Hagendir secured our alliance with Iona in his own stone-faced manner, and it was through that alliance when we received the fleet below, which allowed us to produce the force necessary to defend the southern seas. However, his neglect of the people led to the creation of the Doldrums. They still refer to Hagendir as the Pig King. I see many of those same qualities in Gabriel. In that sordid garden of politics he would no doubt thrive, but he'd wither in the fields. Alistar may not be as skilled a combatant as Gabriel, and he may lack many of the sharper aspects that come natural to those of high society. But he is well loved by the people, and he loves them in return. My advice in this matter, if you'll indulge me, is to give them both time. Gabriel will come around, and Alistar is wise enough to learn when it's time to grow up.
Well said, my friend.
I would hope so. I have been tending the ear of the king for almost 5 generations.
And yet for almost 5 generations, you've repeatedly declined the rank of admiral. You've earned the title 100 times over. I thought ambition was natural for drow.
As natural as warts on a troll. But I have walked the summit of that great peak you call ambition long enough to know I am happiest on the ground.
Here, to my sons, and to keeping our feet on the ground.
Firmly planted.